Hello and welcome to the show. It's so great to be back on National League Rugby, and I'm swapping Beijing for the bright blue skies of the South Coast for a scintillating Nat2 South clash. Worthing can make it 11 games unbeaten with victory today, but they face Esher, who are level with them on points coming into the last 6 games. A win for either side will take them top of the table, but who will grab that chance? Nolan had turned over. Liam Perkins trying to get it out to the centres. Harrison Sims, as acceleration coming. Curtis Barnes, when he's in those positions, there's very little you can do to stop him, and it will be Curtis Barnes again. Hat-trick hero last week, and he's first on the board for the home side against their top of the table rivals. Faze is building and building. Worthing putting it into the pack power. There's a dive over the top, and that is the second try for them. Let's see who the Superman was who jumped, and it was Will Scholes who dived over the top. I think the 6'5" giant leapt up and then down. I think an Olympic diver would have been proud of that one. Esher edging closer. Morley, a massive pass coming out to Harry Lang. Has he got the space? He'll get round 1 tackle, round 2, diving over, and that is the first try for Esher. A floated pass across the stratosphere from Sam Morley, finding Harry Lang, and that puts Esher on the board. Esher struck again moments later as Matt Lowe's powered over with his pack, going into the break just 2 points behind and with the wind behind their backs. Here's Perkins. Morgan wasting no time finding his fly half. They have Sims looking for Forrest. He'll have Matt McLean on the side. There's a lovely offload round the outside, and that is a simply superb running try from Worthing Raiders. When they're running at their best, that is what they can do. It goes from one side to the other in a blink of an eye, and it sends Matt McLean over for his 11th try of the season. And Esher, well, their lead lasted about a minute and a half. The 5 metre line getting closer. Over the top they go. There's some very somebody else on their far side, and it was Roland trying to spin his way round, and he has done it. Well, Esher giving Worthing a taste of their own medicine. Fast ball at the breakdown, moving it fast through the hands and breaking on the wings. Flanker Elliot Quinton gave Worthing a scoring bonus, and while Sam Morley put Esher back to within a point, McLean's boot from the 22 with 2 minutes to go appeared to be handing the hosts victory. But they're still in possession though, the visitors. The clock has definitely gone into the red. Crawley crawling himself to that 22. Thompson not letting that ball sit for long. Morley going into Lavin. There's a slip that could let Dan Rowland through right into the corner. He bounces and he scores right at the death. It's a win in white for Esher. Wow. Ruthless Rowland secures the points for the visitors. Full time, Worthing 29, Esher 30. A 1 point win. This is National League Rugby. I mean, talk me through your emotions with that one when you saw the slip coming and you saw that corner. What was going through your head?
Yeah, obviously very unfortunate for their player. I think it was a 2-on-1 anyway, so I'd back our fullback to get the ball away to me, and it looked like it was just a straight run to the line, but then all of a sudden their bloke's coming across and just managed to get in the corner. Great way to finish the game.
God, you didn't get under celebration, did you?
No, fortunately not. No, that was end of the first half. Just caught a glancing blow.
What does this mean for Esher, this result?
We always say that we like to build week on week, and we've had a couple of good results recently. This one's obviously right up there as well. We've just got to keep improving, keep looking at our game. There's still a few games left. Worthing have got to come to us. I'm sure they'll be very up for that, but there's a few games in between now and then which we also need to put a good performance in for.
Now, Friday saw National League Rugby make history as they live streamed the National 1 fixture between Rams and Chinner on YouTube. It was available for free and we had loads of people watching. Here's a taster of it. That's Bryant. That was Dykes. That's a wonderful run from Henry Bird all the way across the line. That's the cherry on top of the cake. Rams have battered Chinner in this last 20 minutes.
Henry Bird going over in at the self-proclaimed birdie corner.
Well, he flew like a bird, at speed, swift, to pack a massive punch into Chinner. There was also a massive game at the bottom of National 1 at the Sycamores as the Leeds Tykes hosted Darlington Mowden Park.
Mowden managed to get themselves into a good lead, got 60 points up. with Leeds coming back just before the half-time, put some phases together, some good attack, and got himself over the try line just before half-time. Second half, role reversal. Leeds were able to ping Mowden back into the corner. They were then able to get their attacking game going. Mowden had to ride the storm, and they came back just at the end with a pushover try from veteran lock Taliti Violetti, and then hold out for a squeaky bum time at the end. All in all, it was a bottom of the table National 1 game which was only decided with the last play of the game.
The only other third-tier clash took place at Billesley Common, where Plymouth Albion hoped a first away win since November was on after Matt Salter doubled their lead 12 minutes in. Adam Boulding's side had other ideas though, scoring 5 tries before the break without response, including a first of 2 for Sam Poynton. It means the West Midlands side have won 4 of their last 5 games, Greg Fisilau capitalising for a brace here to cap off their 7-try display. 26 tries were scored across the 3 fixtures, plenty of power and pace on display. Find out more about our partners VO at ncarugby.com. Rams' Friday night win puts them 7 points off the top 4. Birmingham Moseley's win puts them in the top half, while DMP's win edges them 7 points clear of the relegation zone.
Well, John Inverdale, National League Rugby chairman, it's all very tight at the top of National 1, isn't it?
I mean, it's National 1, National 2 North, National 2 South. I mean, they're just fantastic competitions. They really are. And I'm sure it's coronary time for so many people at both ends of the table. Top of National 1, 5-6 games to go. And down at the bottom, where there's a lot to play for and some big name clubs as well. Plymouth of this world, Blackheath, Leeds Tykes as well. These are big clubs, big sides who are potentially dropping into the 4th tier next year. So there's an awful lot to play for over the next few weeks, and it's going to be fascinating to see what happens.
And that top end as well, it's so hard to call with Rotherham Park, Coley, Sale, Cambridge. Have Rams put themselves into this after the result on Friday?
If I say there's 3 in it, maybe there's 4 in it, and there are, the only thing you could say about all these 3 leagues is there are going to be lots and lots of twists and turns over the next month and a half.
Certainly lots of games of snakes and ladders going on. Let's head up to National 2 North now, where Rotherham were looking to get backwards on top in their game at Hare Lane.
A week after facing them at Clifton Lane, you'd have thought Rotherham would have learnt to expect Chester's fast start. But they couldn't stop Ben Ivory searing over the line after just 2 minutes before Alex Reid extended the lead. In another case of déjà vu, it fell to Jamie Cook to open Rotherham's scoring, appearing to wake them up as Richard Stout powered over from the maul. Whatever was said in the changing room at half-time worked as the Titans twisted last week's story to storm the second half. Lloyd Hayes' quick thinking was too much as he fed Kiefer Laxton before Connor Field intercepted a stray Chester pass to Hare down Hare Lane. Cook's second try was the last in a 6-minute spree, and it was enough to avoid any more déjà vu in last week's late comeback win. Ben Ivory scoring late for Chester.
Sedgley Park stayed right on Rotherham's heels with a 12-try trouncing of Huddersfield, kicked off after just a minute by Andy Riley. Reece Henderson came into the game off a hat-trick last week. He grabbed 4 against the West Yorkshire side. Park's last victims, Stourbridge, were facing a tug-of-war in the last 10 minutes against bottom 3 side Blaydon as John Clarkson put them 2 points behind. But a brilliant brace from Joe Heatley in 2 minutes ensured the 5 points would stay at Staunton Park. At Daw Moor, Sheffield Tigers captain Jamie Broadley put his side in control with a ghosting run through Tyndale's defence. The hosts were never out of sight, and a superb individual performance by Adam Todhunter saw him score the winner, taking the Northeasterners to 6 games unbeaten. A cracking derby unfolded in the Yorkshire Dales. With 20 minutes to go, Harrogate's Campbell Swanson scored the visitors' 3rd try. Wharfdale came back to within a point, and when they won a penalty in the last play, Tom Davidson had the winning touch. And more Avery Fields drama. Loughborough students had a bonus point secured on 43 minutes with Anthony Pedler's score. But victory was handed to Bourneville as the Chocos packed power at the scrum earned a last gasp penalty try for a 2-point win. Cue the celebrations. 15 tries came in the final quarters of the 6 games. To read about all the tries scored in National League Rugby, grab a copy of the rugby paper. Sedgley Park and Rotherham Titans are now within 6 and 7 points of Hull respectively. Tynedale are up to 7th, Wharfdale and Bourneville also climb.
Well, Rotherham and Sedgley Park using their games in hands to maximum efficiency.
Yeah, the old thing about, having a game in hand, but would you rather be in the bank with the points? I mean, the gap is narrowing on Hull, both those two sides, and next weekend it's Hull against Sedgley Park, and the proverbial 10-pointer. I mean, if Hull were to win that, you would suspect they're going to win the league. But if Sedgley Park got something out of that game, then really it's anybody's game. And I don't think it's unfair to say that I don't think Hull were amongst the favourites to win this league at the start of the season, so it's massive credit to them for being there. And in a city that obviously is much more associated with rugby league and football, it's great to have a rugby union side potentially playing in the 3rd tier next year. So it's going to be fascinating to see what happens there over the next month and a half. But again, it's really tight at the top there. It's well worth spending a Saturday afternoon at your local rugby club at this kind of level, because you get value for money, you really do.
Yeah, the Nat 2 South spectacle is really delivering. Let's have a look at the other 2 games starting on the island under the Friday night lights.
Guernsey faced an uphill task almost immediately following a sin bin for fullback Callum Roberts, his high tackle gifting Bury St Edmunds a penalty try after just 3 minutes. There was hope for the hosts though when Thomas Calum was the grateful scorer from the Raiders' pack power to go within 5 points of the visitors. But there was nothing they could do against the stunning winner from Bury St Edmunds, Kieran Leeson, bursting through the Guernsey defence to send the visiting fans home from the island flying high. And in the Midlands, Leicester Lions talisman Ben Young put 4 penalties between the posts to give them a cushion over Hinckley at the start of the second half. The visitors, who had made a 10-mile journey east, showed their pace in the backs as Rory Vowles surged over to put pressure on Gareth Collins' side. It would be the Lions roaring to victory though when Zach Bean responded minutes later with his own sniping run to make it 9 home games unbeaten. Well, another weekend of tight rugby and second half dramas, with 7 of the 16 tries scored coming after the break in National 2 South. It's Esher who go 3 points clear at the top with 6 points between the top 4. Leicester Lions and Bury St Edmunds are comfortable in the top half, while Hinckley's loss means there's no change at the bottom.
Well, they've all changed positions again at the top of National 2 South, John. Can't call this one.
No, you really can't. I mean, it is musical chairs, and some of the tries that we saw here today was absolutely out of the top drawer. I mean, it's extraordinary that this match almost replicated the game in Cardiff, where Italy scored in the last minute to win, and Esher scored in the last second to win the match here. The game never is over till it's over. Great quote. I saw an interview with Jurgen Klopp on the television last weekend, because obviously the Premiership race is very, very tight on the Premier League at the moment, and he was asked what it takes to win a league title, and he said, you win a league title by losing the right games. And I thought that's such a great line, because it's so true, because actually it's not matches between Liverpool and Manchester City, it's not matches between Esher and Worthing that decide titles, it's matches between Clifton and Old Albanian, or Redruth and Barnstable, or whoever it might be. Those are the games, if you're in contention, that you have to secure maximum points on.
John, thank you so much. Just in case you missed it, here's a couple of things you might have missed from the weekend's action. The Skill of the Weekend award goes to Worthing's Jack Forrest. He pulled off some incredible acrobatics to get his offload to Matt McLean for their 3rd try against Esher. It was a special day for Stourbridge's Nigel Mukarati as he ran out for a 250th appearance in the blue and white at Staunton Park. The back rower scored the 3rd try against Blaydon with some trademark power play. Congratulations, Nigel. And the Play of the Week, sponsored by Courtiers, goes to Chester's Ben Ivory, who simply could not be stopped by Rotherham Titans as he charged through from his own half for a brace. Well, that wraps it up for an historic weekend. As National League Rugby hit the heights of live streaming, it was Esher who took their chance to go top. See you next week.